Anything coming through yet? Anything coming through yet? Hey, I think I just heard myself. Hey, I think I just heard myself. All right, okay, let me see if I can stop the echo. All right, okay, let me see. Okay, I turned off well, hopefully the echoes, so let me know if that fixed it. So let me know if that. I had to watch it through the Twitch stream. I had to watch it to see if I could hear it. Is it coming through? Yeah, if it is, if you can hear the sound now, please confirm in the chat. We would be grateful for that. If you can hear the sound now, please confirm in the chat. We would be grateful for that. And hopefully it's not still echoing. And if it is, let me know. I don't want to like blow your ears out. It's still echoing. And if it is, let me know. Still echoing. Blow your ears out. It's still echoing. And if it is, let me know. Still echoing. Blow your ears out. And if it is, let me know. Still echoing. And if it is, let me still echoing. Okay. Okay. It's a cleaner echo. Well, that's good. It's a cleaner echo. Well, that's good. It's a cleaner echo. Well, that's good. It's a cleaner echo. Well, I wonder if it's a cleaner echo. Yeah, I'm kind of getting feedback from the shop sound too on my end. Yeah, I'm kind of getting feedback from the shop sound too on my end. Yeah, I'm kind of getting feedback from the shop sound too on my end. Yeah, I'm kind of getting feedback. Okay, I'm told it should be good now. Okay. So, I'm told it should be good now. Let me know if that makes a difference. It should be good now. Let me know if that makes a difference. I think it is it cleared out a bit. Let me know if that makes a difference. I think it is it cleared out a bit. Let me know if that makes a difference. I think it is it cleared out a bit. Echo. I think it is it cleared out a bit. Echo. I don't want to start commentating because I don't want you guys to just hear a mess of noise. Maybe I should just call out card names in the interim. Oh, is it good now? Is it actually working? Am I actually not echoing? Okay, looks like we're finally not echoing. Awesome. So, yeah, if we could get some names up, Anthony, when you get a chance, we'd be grateful. Sorry for those technical difficulties. Let's jump back into the match. So it should be Julian on the left, and I believe it's Alex E on the right. Should be our players. We'll try to get some names up for you when we can. There we go. Okay, so let's catch up where this was. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Alex obviously has Chaos on board. I think he stole a Zidane much earlier. We do have one Arcane damage. Look like we've got a Siren on the field too to help protect our Chaos and our Siren as well. Alex is on 5 backups, and Julian is on 4. So both players looks like they're about in a space they want to be, and Julian is not taking a point of damage yet. We do have a Refia currently online as well. Looks like we don't have an Arc in hand, so we can't go ahead and get rid of that Refia. We are... Oh, we're using our limit break. Going to cast Tidus. Okay, so Refia has a chance to interact with this due to her ability. However, the Siren can prevent that. So if Refia can successfully get rid of one of these forwards, the Tidus is going to fizzle. But if the Siren blocks it, then Tidus is going to resolve lickety split. Wait, did he let him pay the extra? I'm kind of surprised he let him pay the extra and didn't just try to prevent the ability from even being able to go. So Tidus's effect says you have to control 8 or more combined forwards and backups, and that has to be true both on when the effect goes on the stack and at resolution. And since he has exactly 8, if Julian were to respond to that entry trigger by removing one of the forwards with the Refia ability, then he won't even get the chance to pay because the entire ability just fizzles. And hopefully he did it beforehand. It looked like Alex had already paid, which means they moved on to the next step. Obviously, it has to resolve. So Siren trigger, does it resolve? Oh, it will. Yeah, it's a forward, so Siren will not cancel that. So if we did this before the Tidus paid, then this is going to cancel this effect entirely. I don't remember exactly what Siren says. I think it still puts it into the break zone. I don't think it stays on top. Yeah, they're getting a judge to check, but I think it still says put the card into the break zone, and then as long as it's not a forward, cancel the effect. But I believe Garnet should still go to the break zone. So yeah, if Julian already got to the point where he let Alex pay the extra 3 water from Titus, then that effect is still going to go off. But if he did it beforehand, we're using Une to get back Cuchulainn. And, oh, okay, we're going to Amaterasu the Siren. Okay, so maybe Alex revealed a little too early. Maybe what Julian was trying to do was target it and then also Amaterasu the Siren. Who did he target with the Refia? Because you wouldn't have wanted to target the Siren twice. You would have wanted to target one of the other forwards. Then when the Siren trigger goes on the stack, you Amaterasu it. And maybe Alex revealed a little too early, because technically you don't reveal the card until resolution. So what may have happened is that Julian wanted to respond to the trigger, but Alex just went and flipped the card immediately. I can't hear them, so I don't know what table talk was discussed. But it looks like a judge is there, so they're kind of trying to figure out their way through it. But yeah, what the cleanest way for Julian to handle that is when Titus enters the field, his ability goes on the stack. He checks, okay, do I have 8 combined forwards and backups? And then you send either the Titus or the Chaos away. And then when the Siren triggers, you use the Une, get back a card, cast the Amaterasu. And now the Siren trigger just dies immediately. And then the Refugee will resolve on whatever else it hit. But there could be some issue/controversy because we did see Alex reveal that top card, which was a Garnet, which means it wouldn't have worked anyway. It would have fizzled, or the Siren ability didn't go. So, yeah, I'm not, again, I'm assuming they're working through it with the judge right now. Because I would assume that is the issue. Yeah, because the way it should have gone is like, okay, you've targeted with Refia, Siren trigger, does Siren resolve? Now we reveal the top card. But whether Julian just wasn't like clear enough that he wanted to resolve to it, or Alex just jumped the gun and flipped too early, that I'm not sure. Looks like yep, okay, so they're moving on. So it looks like Julian did still target the Siren, which was unnecessary. You could have targeted something else because the Siren was going to die anyway to the Amaterasu. But nonetheless, we got rid of it. Alex has 2 cards in hand. So this Refia is about to put in a lot of work. And this Une is online. So we can get... I mean, you just have Amaterasu on demand. That's pretty strong. Looks like we might have 4-color wall in hand as well, too. Do we have the colors? We have green, red... We might be missing Earth. So I can't tell what's between Lena and Luneth. That might be Sarah. I think that's Sarah. So I think we are missing Earth. Yep. So there will be our Refia trigger. I'm assuming you probably want to pick Chaos just to turn the arc off, right? Yeah, Titus has already done what he's going to do. And then go to combat. We're going to reactivate all Warriors of Light. Since 4 were reactivated this way, we get to draw a card. Probably not going to attack. Refia is too small to get over Titus, and Une you want to leave up for the summon recursion. You have a Tyro in hand. You could put that down. Or you have Ingus. Yep, we'll pitch Tyro for Ingus. Nice. Now we have another Warrior of Light. We do have our Earth online. And we are ready for Une to go get back Amaterasu or anything else we want. We also still have the Refia spin online. So Julian looking in a very commanding position right now. Any kind of summon that Alex could use to get rid of this Refia and Une before they can, obviously they can respond with their effects. But yeah, so this is tough, right? You have 2 must-kill forwards on this board. If either this Une or this Refia stick around, they're just going to carry the game for Julian. Can you answer both of them though? You can't really Shantoto because again he's got Amaterasu in the break zone. So does Julian have Alex in a lockout state, or just says no matter what you do, I can essentially cause it to fizzle? Or does Alex have a way out of this? Okay, Cloud's not bad. So we're gonna Cloud try to kill the Refia. Presumably, Julian is going to go get Amaterasu. We do have Mist Dragon in hand, so we can cancel the Mist Dragon, or even better, we can just remove the entire break zone. So that's Alex's out. He can remove the break zone when Julian tries to recover. Oh no, he's not going to go for the Amaterasu. Looks like he's just going to do the Refia spin. Is he going to let it go? Yep. So it says, let's send Tidus to Oblivion. And just lets the Refia die. Okay. I thought for sure he might try to protect it. Here's where the, yep, says, all right, I don't care what you're picking. Technically, you have to declare a target, but who cares? Because whatever it is, it's going the way of the dodo. There goes the Mist Dragon. Goodbye. All right, nice. So, yeah, I was sitting there wondering, can Alex answer this board? Why, yes, he can. The Une is still there, but it's a lot less valuable when it has nothing to recur. Now, we do have Warrior of Light online, as well as Zidane, so those are going to be two threats. That Alex is, yeah. These 4-color decks, man, they just threat after threat after threat. Yep, there's Warrior of Light. Mind if we get a free reactivation? Well, don't mind if I do. Get a draw card, of course, because Warrior of Light replaces itself on entry. We can put down the Zidane now as well. Looks like we're going to do that. Says, let's see what else you got in there. And we're going to show we have a Siren, a Kusith, and a Shadow Lord. Zidane can take 2 of these. I think you probably want the Siren. Yeah, just you don't want to have to deal with that anymore. Presumably we're going to combat. Oh, and Zidane potentially dodges an EX burst unless Alex can hit another one. He'll have to draw first. We do get rid of the Shadow Lord, and he hits a Une. Good hit. Here comes Warrior of Light and hits Chaos. 2 pieces of the Dark combo sitting there in the damage zone in both Arc and Chaos. Pretty good hits for Julian. Alex probably would have rather drawn that Une. Are we casting Kusith? Or no, we're using our limit break. Okay, so we pitch Kusith. And Lena, gonna get Leo, draw 1 deeper. We now do have a summon in our break zone for Une, which not only can we recur, we can just cast it this time. Well, hold on. The stream got switched. Can you still hear me? Okay, you can still hear me. Sorry, we had a little Discord issue. I freaked out there for a second. Okay, I can't see through Discord. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, back in business. Sorry about that. I don't think I missed anything. So Alex putting down Man in Black, going to recur a summon, have it in reserve. Mist Dragon's a good choice. Kusith's not bad either. Kuchulane's not bad. Arc obviously is amazing if we can get to that point, but we don't have Chaos. And if you've not seen Man in Black in action, this card can absolutely put in some work. As just by casting summons, we can prevent a lot of attacks and blocks from coming through. We do have the Arc in hand too, so Alex really would have liked to have gotten that Chaos. So looks like the Man in Black resolves. Got Kusith over to the right. Beyond this, we just have summons in hand. We can't commit any more Forge to the board unless we want to reach our limit. I don't know if it's worth it to Mist Dragon just that Kusith summon. I mean, yeah, you cut off the Une recursion again, but and Alex's issue too is how does he get over these bodies? He needs something like Arc or something to get rid of this. As long as that Warrior of Light's sitting there, he cannot get over this field. And that's going to be a huge problem for him is how do you ever Julian hasn't even taken a single point of damage. So how do you get past that? Yep, Une goes ahead and recurs Arkusith. And we'll reactivate, pass the turn. Depending on what Julian could pull out here, he could have a surprise lethal. I mean, probably not because Man in Black can prevent certain things from attacking, and we have plenty of summons in hand and RFG to do that. But we're absolutely going to push him probably at least to 5. Zidane can sneak under both these forwards. Warrior of Light obviously can go over them. Hey, over and under. What a combination. Oh, snap. That could do it. Julian said, I really like that Tidus play you did earlier. Let's see what the old Blitzballer Guardian's got for us now. Looks like we might have paid... Did we pay completely from hand? Or are we just doing the limit break cost first? I'm assuming we still need to pay the initial 5 for him to come down. Right? Did we pay 5? Did I miss that? Or no? We're not doing that? Huh. I assumed he went in on it because he flipped over all of his... It looked like he was flipping over his limit break cards. Maybe we were just considering it? Okay, so I guess we didn't actually cast Tidus. All right, no, we're just going to go to combat. And I'm assuming we attack and then pinged on the stack. Oh, wow, we're going to get rid of Sarah reactivate. And then do it again. Okay, interesting. We really want to get this Man in Black off the field. So we can use Mist Dragon to prevent the Man in Black from receiving damage. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll say Man in Black takes no damage, and then Man in Black can declare a forward and say it cannot attack or block this turn. Looks like we chose Zidane. I mean, I know Julian didn't know he had the Mist Dragon in hand, but I don't know. That just, it kind of seemed like, I just feel like you didn't even really need to do that. Just what's he gonna do? He can't block the Warrior of Light. You have the superior board. Just push through him. I like the T display better. Now you kind of just lost a backup for no reason. All right, now are we going in on Tidus? No. Could have played Tyro. Search out probably Refia. I'm guessing this was before combat because no damage was taken. Which also means he cut, or maybe he always knew he was going to get the Refia. I was going to say he cut off his own Warrior of Light attack, but no, if he gets the Refia, then that's fine. And with the Refia, we will have exactly enough to get the card draw. 3 on the backup line plus the Warrior Light forward. Go to combat, reactivate. Card. So Zidane cannot attack. Here comes Warrior of Light. And then, are we holding priority? Okay, yeah, so it looks like on the stack we're holding priority, and we're going to just... Cloud you could send into a blitz. I mean, there's an argument. If you just get rid of Cloud here, I mean, you can't kill him. No, he just puts the Man in Black on top of the deck. Takes a point of damage, which is, of course, the Man in Black. Probably you're not sending Une in, nor can you send Zidane in, so that'll probably be the turn. Now, the one good news for Alex here is that the Refia trigger's offline. He doesn't have enough Warriors of Light to do it. So his big points of interaction that he can at least see on the board is a 5k ping from Wool, as well as the Une recursion. That Anima's pretty nice. It'll just outright remove a forward. Yep. And say, yep, goodbye, Refia. Take a hike, please. Julian says, okay, that's going to resolve. I'll draw a card from it, but That's one less Refia to worry about. He will run out of them eventually, I think. And I'm guessing Alex is just calling it quits. Maybe felt like he just didn't have much to do. I don't think he was quite dead on board yet. Maybe he was looking for a Chaos Arc. Yeah, the Warrior of Light. Yeah, the Zidane. Yeah, I think he could have maybe lasted one more turn, but remember these are timed too. Well, you don't know what the time is currently, but maybe just stopped. Thought, there's just not really a good way out of this. Let's just go to the next game. So Julian will take game 1. As our players shuffle up and prepare here, just wanted to thank you all for stopping by to watch us. We are FFTCG Materia Cut I was reading what was on the screen. This is the San Diego Materia Cup for the Final Fantasy trading card game at the TCG Tavern. Major thanks to them for hosting. I am Rudros, and I'm happy to be here with you on this lovely Sunday. Perhaps not as lovely if there's bad weather where you're at, but at least around here it's pretty decent. In the low 70s right now. Hopefully it doesn't get too much hotter. So what can Alex do differently in round 2? Now, obviously we weren't fully committed to the beginning of it because we're having some technical issues. He did get to his backups. This is also just a difficult matchup because that 4-color Wool Raffia deck, the top end on that is just insanity. The amount of value you get from cards like 4-color Wool, like Raffia, like Une, which all have continued value for free. That doesn't cost you any CP or resources. Like, it's so strong and it's so difficult to get over. So for Alex, if he can find early combinations of Chaos Arc, that can be very strong. But he's definitely going to have to beat out Julian's top end, which is going to be very difficult. If Alex can get to a state where he has Chaos Arc on the field and he's looping Arc with Man in Black, that's how he wins the game. I give a nice little hand grab there. And I'm assuming Alex is going to go first in this game. Also, that card you see on the right there, that Hecaton Kyre, that can be huge. If you can keep them off these 4 colors, he can't bring that Warrior of Light into play. Alex will discard the Loporrit for an early Yuna, and Julian has a nice Water Earth start as well, getting both Lena and Ingus down, which is good. We don't want to see those bricks we saw on screen yesterday. Those were not much of games. Looks like we're possibly going in on Tyro. Don't really like that he pitched the Hecaton Kyre. Again, I think that card could be really good in this matchup. Granted, you do have ways to recur it, so it's not fully gone, but and I know it doesn't do anything against the 2 cards on the board presently, but surely Julian's going to put down something that's cost 3 or more. We go ahead and search out our Siren. Siren could also be key for us. If our opponent doesn't see Amaterasu, and Siren can cancel a lot of the effects that would normally come out, that can be a big deal. Pitch King Tycoon for King Tycoon. This is looking like a great curve out for Julian. Getting rid of the same copy of a backup for itself is awesome. Actually goes and searches out the Ferris, as we've already got Lena on the field. This will, at the least, get him some fire CP, which can go a very long way, especially when it's the one element we're missing. Do we have a Lunith in hand we can just slap down right now? Be set up on 4 colors on turn 2? That'd feel damn good. He might, yeah. The Ferris is going. Bosh. Okay, well, we can go get it. So Bosh, take ourselves a point of damage, and it's a bonus burst. So that Bosh just became even more valuable. Said so. Normally Bosh comes in and says, "Let me take a point of damage, and then you can search out any fire or earth character." And since we hit the cryo burst, he said, "You know what? He like stuffs a 20 in Julian's pocket, says, why don't you, pats him on the face, why don't you go ahead and get yourself something nice while you're at it. Go on. Have this cryo for free. Go ahead and get back a summon or a 5 forward. I think he recurred the Ferris off of it, which he's then going to pitch immediately for the Lunith. Oh my goodness, what a curve out. Yeah, that cryo just made it. Oh, well, now I can play this Lunith immediately. This is amazing. Well, that's bad news for Alex, as Julian had an incredible start. Man, okay, goes in on the early Man in Black. Are we going to do the Hecaton? We are. Yep, he is going to do the Hecaton. So what can we break? Ingus, Lunith, Lena. The King Tycoon is the only target, but it does keep us off the wind. And yeah, Alex is just going to do it right now. Says, nope, 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 no. Sir, you hold on just a moment. I will have no curving out that efficiently this quickly. Good day, sir. Alex did successfully keep the wool offline, which is nice, even though I don't think Julian has it. But unfortunately, that was a bit costly for him. 5 for the Man in Black, and then another 3 for the Hecaton right away. And oh, there, Alex with a little Bubba bonus burst of his own. He can get back a water forward, and then presumably we're going to bounce this Bosch. You don't have to. I don't think you care if he replays, but well, maybe you do the way he hit that last burst. Maybe you're like, yeah, I don't want him to get that much value. Nope, says, yeah, go ahead. You want to take another point of damage and replay it. And then we drew, yep, for the Lena. So because our opponent used an EX burst, Lena's going to go ahead and draw us a card. Looks like we've got another Lunith in hand. Bosch isn't as helpful now because what we're missing is wind CP. What you could do, though, you could go search out Tyro. You could play the Bosch, go search out the Tyro, and then the Tyro becomes the wind. Tyro become the wind. However, Alex is threatening that I am going to keep getting back this Hecaton Kyre every turn. So that could be dangerous as well. If you keep committing these backups, Alex might just spend all of his CP attacking with Man in Black and letting Hecaton just break it over and over again. So maybe that's not the play. You could Shantoto. That seems a little... Oh, no. Maybe he is going on it. Yeah. Okay. Says, all right, Mr. Man in Black. To the Shadow Realm with you. Oh. Let's see your recurl now, son. Alex does have 2 good backups in both Thornton and Laparit. I thought he was going to play that Garnet for a second there and be like, all right, let's get the Hecaton and break it. And it looks like he's considering that. Again, man, that's going to be pricey if we just keep paying into that. We do go for the Loperit. Loperit will let us draw 2 cards, and we'll have to put 1 from our hand back on the bottom of the deck. I do want to see Alex get set up on backups as well. I know he's worried about the 4-color wool, but... doesn't even want to commit anything else. He does have an Arc in hand, which he can't really use right now, so that's kind of junking up his board. The nice thing is, too, now that Shantoto is on the field, Alex can just play Chaos for free. So I think he's kind of okay if that card stays there. Well, unless this little monkey comes in and steals our hand away. Ooh, I think Siren and Arc might be taking a trip to join Man in Black over there in the RFG pile. No, he opts for Mist Dragon. Interesting. Wants to protect his break zone, I guess. Or just potentially prevent any summon cancellation. So we are... Oh, okay. Interesting. So we just went ahead and Mist Dragon. That Hecaton is gone now. I'm assuming he only runs 1. Yeah. Julian just saying, nope, I am going to cut you off from a certain strategy. Oh, no, we drew the Chaos. Oh, bye-bye, Chaos. We're going to miss you, so... And a Garnet into damage. Oh, that little monkey. Zidane just coming in and ripping apart our hand. Did we draw into Chaos Part 2? Oh, Alex he had the pieces there for a moment. Zidane just said, what if I said no? I don't think Zidane actually sounds that way, but when he's being that much of a cheeky butt, I feel like that's what he's saying. Okay, so we do have Thornton. Thornton will let us search our deck for any card. Looks like we're changing the way we want to pay for it. What do you get? You could go get Chaos here. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Chaos can come down for free. There's no target to Art currently, but you do just steal your opponent Zidane. That's pretty good. Say, all right, well, let's see how do you like it, Buster. Amaterasu would be very strong here to counter this Chaos. I mean, there's not really a reason to not play it, right? 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Siren first. We want the protection in case our opponent does have a counter. And Julian says, all right, there you go. Enjoy your Zidane. Oh, man, that early Toto might come back to bite us. Now you have to contend with the Siren as well. Good turn for Alex. He flipped that around really well. So we do have Wool in hand. So Wool can come down, which is a little tricky because if you arc it and then he just draws into another one, he could just replay that one as well. That's your easiest play if you're Julian. You just play the Wool. Even if he arcs and you lose 2 cards, you'll reactivate if you're lucky enough to draw into the next one. Yep, here he comes. Alex says, yep, not even going to attempt to disrupt that. Oh, wait, no. Yes, he is. I'm not sure if he's doing this on the stack or after the... So if technically, if he waited, if he lets the ability resolve, he can't respond at that point. He doesn't have priority. So maybe he's doing this before the reactivation? Julian looks like he wants to respond with something. Although I'm not sure. Or are we just discarding 2? Okay, so I guess we're just letting the arc resolve. We'll ping. We're going to attempt to ping Siren. Alex could just let that go. Or he can try to diffuse it with the Siren effect. Looks like we will let it go. Did we draw into Wool part 2? No, we drew into an arc. But the arc is gone now. Unless we have a way. Okay, now we're going to use Une. I think we paid the reduced cost. So he says, I would like to take back my Zidane and your unit. Now we are going to Siren. It's a forward. Oh, no. The Siren's call did not work. She went for her Siren's call. She went, oh, then started like choking halfway through it. Oh, man. That's the most I've seen a Siren whiff, because the earlier Garnet play whiffed too. You could see that frustration in Alex's body language too. Just like, oh, come on. I needed that to not happen. I mean, it's great news for Julian. All right, we are going to get our unit back. We are holding on to a Mist Dragon in hand, so we could cut off this Une, getting some recursion. That's not bad. Although Zidane's probably going to come down and try to rip that out of our opponent's hand. Oh, no, we have another Wool. Oh, no. Oops, we did it again. We played 4-color Wool. And we drew into Ferris. Very nice. Ugh, Julian just... No downturns. Just gas, punch, gas, punch. If that Siren had blocked the Une attempt, that would have been massive. That would have given... Alex would have had the Zidane. He could have started ripping Julian's hand apart. Man, that would have been huge. So I'm assuming Zidane is probably what you'll go in on next. Check Alex's hand. See if there's any threats you want to scout for. Or do we have Refia? You could do Ferris. I don't know how great she... I mean, in theory, she could get rid of the Siren if she whiffs twice. He's really considering it, trying to figure out what we want to do here. We get rid of Arc. It's a bit too early for him. We are going to go in on the Ferris. Okay, interesting. So Siren cannot block the 1k ping to the board, as that doesn't target anything. But then Ferris will get 2 triggers of 3,000 damage. And I'm assuming we're going to send them both at Siren. So technically these are 2 individual triggers. So Alex will get 2 chances to block it with Siren. He only needs to block 1. First one, yep. Defused. Second one, Yep, defused. So everything's got 1,000 damage on it from Ferris, but other than that, it's fine. We going in on Zidane? No, actually we cut off our Zidane because we used the Toto. Oh, we're gonna give Ferris haste. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna give her haste and brave. So now it's gonna be another 1,000 ping to the board. We're gonna try it again. First time, defused. Siren block. She found her voice finally. Defused. Or wait, are we checking on a judge call? Yeah, we're just showing that Ferris is brave from the Ingus. So we blocked it all, and she's still coming at it. However, they do have 2,000 damage on them, so they cannot block either. Alex would love a huge burst here. Is he going to get it? No, he's going to see Art going to damage. Oh, I would have loved to have drawn that. Here comes Warrior of Light. And there's our bonus burst, as Levy 6 will come down. Probably Une, right? Because 4-color Wool, he can just replay. Une, you cut him off from the summon recursion. Unless you plan to just misdragon the break zone anyway. Maybe then you don't care about the Une. Then it's probably Wool is your choice. Nope, does go for the Une. I think that's the right call. Our opponent did invoke an EX burst, so our Lena backup will draw us a card. Alex did get 2 6-cost Leviathans for free this game, but it's still looking a bit dire. Especially, I'm pretty sure we were down 1 arc RFG earlier, 1 in the damage zone, and I think we used 1 in the break zone, right? So I don't think there's any arc left in the deck. I think we just have to rely on the 1 in our break zone. And Siren just milled us 4 cards, so if this were to go to deck out, Siren is certainly going to put us closer to that objective. Echidna's good. Echidna can recur arc for us. Echidna, target arc. Yeah, here's how you get back into the game. You have to loop this arc. Does Julian have a Mist Dragon in response? He does not. We just gotta fire off that arc right now. Yes, we are. It says, please exile this Warrior of Light, sir. Warrior of Light, of course, is going to try to ping on the way out. Will Siren attempt to defuse this? Looks like no. So Siren will take the 5,000 damage. And then we have to discard 2 cards still on Julian's side. We give up 2 backups. A Elena and a Lunith. And now we are playing Rydia. We're going to say, ooh, do we have an arc left we can search for? We do. Okay, there was still 1 in the deck. I thought maybe he was down to his last 1. I guess 1 didn't get RFG'd earlier. Maybe I was thinking on the last game. So we'll grab the Ico Summoner backup. Our backup line is full, but it's just useful CP. And are we going to just go ahead and fire off this arc right now on this Ferris? And put Julian on no cards in hand? And this is how he does it, right? You have to Arc Chaos your way out of this. Julian has 3, so he can keep 1 card left in hand. He gets rid of Une and Tyro. Here comes Siren. No burst. And here comes, there's a bonus burst. It just reactivates 3 Warriors of Light. I mean, not terrible, but doesn't really do anything. We had Zidane in hand still. Okay. Interesting. So we valued keeping the Zidane over something like the Une. I mean, Zidane does apply damage pressure. Yep, he's going to come down. Are we going to pay for that, or? Apparently he just came down for free. Yep, remove Une from the game, draw a card. Okay, there we go. I was like, that Zidane isn't free to my knowledge. If he is, I've been playing that card entirely wrong. And Refia. Oh, nice. Yep, that's a good one. And we have enough Warrior of Lights to use the spin effect. We have exactly 4. We will not get the card draw, as we're not going to be able to reactivate 4. But we do have the effect right now. So I'm assuming Zidane's going to go in. In theory, the Echidna can block it, but also if Alex activates the Echidna, we can use the Refia to target it, But also, Siren can potentially fizzle this. All right. Will the Siren's call work? Siren says, no, that does not work. Canceled. Yeah, oh man. So he's going to activate the Echidna and then reveal. He says, yep, you can go ahead and keep the Ico. So we're going to lose the Zidane this way. And then the Echidna is going to let us draw a card for blocking. I don't know if Julian forgot about that, or I don't know, maybe he's just trying to bait a card out. That was really good for Alex. That was really good. And Julian's he's running on fumes at this point. Alex is 100% stabilizing. And there is a Lena. That is a bonus burst. It will draw us a single card. Not sure how useful that'll be. There goes the Mist Dragon. We're going to activate the Echidna. Echidna, draw a card on attack. And there's our bonus burst. That is a Levy 6. Oh boy, this could do some damage. We can get back our own 4-color wall. We can send Chaos packing. You could just get the Siren off the board right now while the ability doesn't really matter. Although Siren just goes back to hand and he'll just probably replay it. So I kind of wish like you have a 4-color wall in the break zone, right? I'm surprised he didn't get that back. Yeah, like he's just going to replay Siren. And 4-color wall is just your beater. Unless did that get removed and I didn't see it? And Cloud's going to go ahead and clean up this Refia. Yeah, I think the right move there was obviously you get rid of the chaos, but I think you pull back the 4-color wall from your break zone. Again, unless that got removed and I didn't see it, but I don't think his break zone has been misdragon so far at this point. And he should have the colors because he got the Toto for wind. And it is a water forward. It doesn't matter if Siren's canceling everything if Warrior of Light's just sitting there beating in over the top of her. Also, let me look up what this. I know this Siren has a damage 3 effect, and it either gets like 1,000 power or it takes 1,000 less from sources. Siren, damage 3. If it's dealt damage, reduce it by 1,000. So it's actually immune to the Ferris initial 1k ping right now. We do have another Zidane in hand. We have Zidane, Une, and Refia. Refia's good for obvious reasons. Une is also good for obvious reasons. See, both Une and Refia, though, can be canceled by the Siren. Man, I really wish he'd picked up the wall. Zidane can sneak under both of these bodies and just scout our hands. That's a safe play. Except we might be going in on the Une. Yeah. We're going to attempt to hit the Siren again and probably the Una backup. We could have gotten Une too. Yeah, I really wish he'd gotten Warrior of Light off of that Leviathan burst. We opt for the Cloud. If this resolves, Cloud will just disappear into oblivion. The Siren call says, oh! Chokes, and Cloud is sent into the Nether Realm. I think we've lost several Une to that Siren now. Now do we do the Zidane as well? Oh, we're actually pitching the Refia. Wow. For our own Cloud. I don't know about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cloud's good. Refia is such a key part of the deck. Will Siren fizzle again? Nope, this time
She did find her voice. She will turn it off successfully. And we pass back there. Julian, however, nothing in hand. Yeah, I think he kind of is getting a little tunnel visioned on the siren that, well, I have to get rid of it. It's like, well, no, you can also just swing over it. Like, it can fizzle effects. It can't just, it's not like a insane blocker. Uh-oh, and here's what you don't want. Man in Black's going to start recurring these summons. Arc, not as useful when you have to pay 9 for it. Kusith, however, quite useful. Yeah, the Refia for free, you could be threatening to at least attempt to remove the Siren every turn. Whereas this Cloud, it's done its job, and now it's just going to sit there. I'm going to cast the Kusith. Do we have lethal here? If Man in Black can make both of these forwards unable to block, we can just end the game. Yep, Man in Black says Une can't block. And we're on damage 6. I think this is game. In which case, I guess the Refia didn't really matter here. And Thoradin. I'm assuming, yeah, we're casting, can't block. And that's it. Alex takes game 2. Finds his way, gets a little help on the burst side to help stabilize, gets his way to the Arc Chaos. And then once he starts shredding Julian's hand, he really took it to him there. And Julian had a really good start on the backup line, too. So if he'd have gotten Warrior of Light there, would that have mattered? It would have let him push for 1 more point of damage. Obviously, the Man in Black can still turn off the Warrior of Light that he can't attack or block. It also draws you 1 card deeper, though, since it was completely free. So, yeah, might have made a difference. All right, so we are going to game 3. I do not know how much time is left in this round, or if they're even timed at all. Hopefully the players have enough time to finish this out. Let's see. Oh, I do have some reports. Okay, so there's 15 minutes remaining, and I do have some reports for you from the other tables. Let's see. I'm told the ads were disabled for the day. So David versus Musa. David took the win in that matchup. Andrew K versus Mike P. Mike was the winner in that matchup. And those are the other 2 tables I have reports for you from. Take a second to look at the comments in between the rounds so I'm not fully zoomed in. Yeah, he might have been pushing for deck out. Obviously, the Siren was milling Alex out pretty heavily, but it looked like he was still a decent ways away. So Julian, turn 1's going to just drop ourselves a Lena. Alex is, of course, going to respond in kind with a Thoradin. No, Rydia. Nice. You never love to pay 5 or to pay 6 for a 5-cost backup on turn 1, like Rydia, like Tyro, but if you have to, Rydia's a pretty good one. She gets you back 2 cards. And we're going to get color fixed. And the Hecaton. Alex showing early he is not afraid to go after Julian's backups. I did see Julian has Bosch in hand, although I'm not sure if he can cast it very efficiently. And we will put down our unit right now, so we are good on our colors. We have an Amaterasu in hand. I don't think Julian saw Amaterasu once at all last game. I think we have Tyro in hand, although a hair risky to put out when you know your opponent has that Hecaton. Granted, that would be most of Alex's turn next turn to just snap out the Hecaton, but... We're pitching 3 for Une. Oh, wow, we're just going in on a hard Une. And says, all right, Una, send yourself packing. That's really interesting. He could have Tyroed. Maybe the Hecaton scared him into not doing it. Granted, we are threatening very early Une value. And we are going to make him just replay the Una. Instead, Alex says, I'll just get Loppert instead. Draw 2, put 1 on the bottom. Could still go into the Una if we wish, which looks like we're going to. And Alex is getting way ahead on backup advantage, although an Une online can also just get us a lot of card advantage. We have a single summon we can get back, which is Kuchulain the Impure. We are going to take that back. We have a Mist Dragon. Alex could stop it, but probably not worth it. A little too early in the game for that. And we just passed. Okay, yeah, that's all we did. Julian made sure to do it on his turn so that Alex would have to overpay if he did have a Mist Dragon. Did we just draw a Chaos Arc? I think we did. Oh, man. Granted, it costs 7 right now, but you are stealing an Une. That might be worth it. That very much might be worth it. Is he going to go in on it? I think he is. He doesn't have another backup to grab, so yeah, maybe that's really his best shot. Unless he just wants to be patient and use the Kusith. Now, the one nice thing for Julian is he will be giving away this Une as it's dulled. So we do have Amaterasu in hand, though. Yeah. Oh, boy. Now, we're probably going to fire off this Arc. No, we didn't. Did I see the Arc in his hand? Okay, he doesn't have Arc. I missaw the cards. I thought he'd drawn Arc as well. Looks like he's got Levi Tarasu and an Earth card of some sort. There's Ingus. We now have access to that Amaterasu, which we can just get back ad nauseum as we wish. Yeah, I guess I confused. I don't know what I thought I saw, but I thought I saw Arc in his hand. You ever see those tournaments where they have like little hand cams so you can actually see what's in the player's hands? Those are always really nice for the commentary and for the stream team, of course, because then you know exactly what they have and you're not just sitting there guessing. So when one bunny's not enough, you go for 2. A Loporrit does come down. We'll draw 2 cards, put one on the bottom. Now he does have Arc in hand. I can very clearly see it there on the right side. Although a little late without our good old buddy Chaos. Looks like he considered giving up on the Hecaton Dream there for a minute. And we'll pass. Alex is still developing his backups just fine, and Julian is not applying any attack pressure. Although this Une recurring summons is feeling pretty darn good. And Leo can start putting on damage pressure. We do have King Tycoon in hand. First, we're going to go to combat. Send it. There is a bonus burst as we turn off the Une. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. We did invoke an EX burst, though, so Lena will draw us a card. But Une would not be able to get a summon back this turn, thanks to the Cuchulainn the Impure, an upcoming promo for, I think it was July. Very good card choice, as this card is quite popular and useful. And we are going to go in on the King Tycoon. I'm assuming we're going to search for a Ferris. And do we have a Lunith we can put down off this Ferris? We're pitching 2. Are we doing a Tyro? Oh, okay, Kryl. Nice. Kryl can get us back any 5 forward or a summon. Probably going to opt for a summon here. Yeah, we'll grab the Kusith back. We have 4 backups, but we are still missing Fire CP to be off 4-color wool. And Alex does have some targets now for the Hecaton. Primarily the King Tycoon, as we'll shut the wind off. He also has his own Une. If we want to go into the Une wars, have Unes start bouncing Unes. Of course, we do have Amaterasu available on Julian's side. So we can absolutely say no to that. Oh, we're pitching Une. Are we going in on Tyro? Yep. Presumably, we're going to go get Chaos. And then now we can, because we have 2 arcs in hand currently. And now we can turn those into something special. All right. So what do we have? Earth, wind, and water. So that's 3. So 6, 11 minus 6. Chaos would cost 5 currently. And then we can just shred this board. We can steal the Une by arcing the Leo. Granted, we can respond with the Amaterasu. And we're going to arc Leo right now. We may be forced to arc this Une as well, because so we'll say Amaterasu on the Chaos. Goodbye. So long and thanks for all the fish. Yep, and there's arc point 2 on the Une. Quick, Une, resolve. Get something back, which we're going to do. There's no way to block the arc. Actually, I don't know if getting something back matters, because are we going to have enough in hand to cast it once we lose our hand? Maybe. If we have enough to do this Leviathan, you just dump your whole hand for it. I don't think he's got enough for it, though, right? Man, if he'd have had one more... I mean, what does that really do for you, though? Anything you recur, you would just have to pitch to the arcs anyway, so... Yeah, so the Une will die. Now he has to discard 2. I mean, he's going to lose his whole hand anyway. That resolves. Chaos dies. This kills Leo. Congratulations. Now no one has a hand. Are we having fun yet? Alex gave him the old, all right, well, now no one's playing the game. Very good sequencing and resolving of the stack there. All right, can Julian top deck something useful? If not, we might be seeing the old Leo limit break help dig us into something a little more preferable. We do have a Kuseth, so you could get back Une or some other card you really want to use. I don't hate that. Bounce the Una, make him replay that again. Is that what we're going to do? Yep. Assuming it's going to be Une. Yes, it is. And says, and while we're here, let me just go ahead and remove these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll send Una packing, which Alex is kind of already preemptively doing, as he's always picked the Una. Might just fire off that Mist Dragon he drew just to keep any more recursion happening from Julian's side. You could also Toto, although that seems a little overkill. We're going to put down the Una again. Yep. And looks like he is going to fire off that Mist Dragon, or are we going to put the Siren into play? Yep. Says, all right, well, let's just go ahead and... Now, the one thing is, actually, Julian has no reason to keep this Une active anymore, so he will probably start sending it in for damage with no summons to recur. What do we draw? I can't quite tell. But it can't be that great, because we're digging into the limit break deck for Mr. Leo. Probably gave up a Tidus. Yeah, we'll draw ourselves a card off of that. Do we have a Mist Dragon? I think it's another copy of Ingus. And oh, the counter Mist Dragon. Do we counter Mist Dragon? Mist Dragon? Mist Dragon? Mist Dragon. Yeah, Mist Dragon, counter the Mist Dragon. Well, now we can. We now have a target for Une to recur. We can't cast it. Alex does protect his break zone. He has 2 arcs in there. He does not want to let those go into oblivion. Okay, so now we do keep the Une active because we can get to our Mist Dragon. Alex, draw anything useful off the top? Anima says, yeah, bye-bye. And says, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get that Mist Dragon back then, if you don't mind. Remove from the game. Did Alex just draw? Did Alex draw off the Anima? It lets your opponent draw, right? Did I see something incorrectly there? I know Julian drew off of it, but it almost looked like Alex drew a card off of it too. Unless I've missed something off of... But I thought Anima only let your opponent draw a card. Or did he cast it only with backups? Okay, that's what it was. Let's see. Yeah, if the CP cast on Anima is only produced by backups, you can also draw a card. So yes, he is right to draw. Nice little 1-for-1 exchange. Oh, and Cloud goes ahead and bops little Leo. Cloud for Leo? What's the world coming to these days? That just seems so mean. He's just a little 3 cost. He's got like, what, 3,000 power? Come on, Cloud. You don't need to beat up a kid. Even if he is a king. Even if he is royalty. I see a Lena on Julian's side, so he could revive something if there's something worth reviving. We're going to Mist Dragon. Is it going to work this time? Yes, it is. So there's at least 2 arcs we don't have to worry about anymore. Ooh, Zidane's a good draw, although we don't have the CP from backups to cast it. We really need fire, which we're going to get down. Okay, we've got Luneth. Are we online? Wind. water, fire, earth. Yes, we are set up for 4-cost Wool if and when he arrives. Draw some summon action on Alex's turn. Also has an Une of his own, so we can immediately kick off that fire that our opponent just worked so hard to get. And there's a bonus burst, as Leviathan 6 will send him packing. And do we have a water character to get back? We do not. So it is just a removal of Cloud, but hey, that's something. Here comes our own Une. We do have to pay the full cost. We don't have summons to remove for it. And Une presumably going to bounce the Lunith. Yep. Right back to hand. Oh, we're going to Amot it. Really? He must have 4-color Wool in hand. No, he doesn't. He just has Lena. I don't know if that was worth it. You gave up a Zidane. Like, if you had the 4-color Wool in hand, I kind of understand, because then you're ready to just fire it off right away. But yeah, like, you could have just replayed the Lunith anyway off the Zidane. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, he has 2 backups and a summon. Like, I'm not really sure what that accomplished. We are going to Leo, try to draw into something deeper. And then how did we... Are we pitching? I think we're still trying to figure out how to pay for it. There you go. So we're hoping to draw into 4-color Warrior of Light. Could we do it? No, looks like we drew into another backup. Yeah, I mean, obviously if Julian had drawn into 4-color Wool, that would have felt really good. But yeah, now it just feels like he just did that for nothing. Une just suddenly became a discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand, which you're okay with that as well. That's a decent entry effect. Got Echidna and 2 Cuchulainn, the Impure. And 2 Leos standing watch over each other. We're going to go in on Cloud, or sorry, not Cloud, Tidus. No, it is Cloud. Wow, to kill Leo. Dude, Cloud hates Leo. And maybe that must be from Rebirth or Remake, because I'm a big fan of the original 7. I played it a lot. I do not remember Cloud beating up this little blonde kid over and over again. He just swung by on his motorcycle and said, get out of here, kid. Whack. Alex is in a good position to put some damage pressure on. If we can put Julian to 4, he's technically on lethal. Then here comes Leo. What do we hit first? Ooh, Refia. Julian would have liked to have had that. And there's an Une. 2 good hits for Alex. Cloud can't attack this turn. And Echidna are going to go and get ourselves back a summon. We actually gave up our ability to get a summon back with Une, but we have summons in hand, so it seems like we're okay with that. Ooh, we're going to use the revive. Who can we get? Is it Zidane? It's just Zidane, right? Yeah. I didn't think we had any other targets in there. Well, sure, a pan. Well, sir, would you like a Cuchulainn the Impure or a Cuchulainn the Impure? Did draw our opponent into an Anima. More backups for Julian. Man, he cannot find any forward action. He legit has an Ingus, a Lunith, and a Mist Dragon from what I could tell. That's not good. Zidane should be active too. Gonna Mist Dragon. We are digging deep, trying to find that 4-color Wool. Just to remove the Shantoto. Julian, will it finally pay off? No, he drew another backup. Oh my god. Backups, backups, backups. There's always too many backups. Julian just cannot find the answers he wants here. And we're playing Zach. Oh my goodness. Yep. I'm assuming that limit break deck's about exhausted. Alex's should be too, though, because he's used 2 clouds. Yeah, so both players should be out of their limit break decks. And we're Julian sadly staring at a Kryl and a Ingus in hand. It's like, well, these cards are not very helpful. Could have swung in with the Zidane, opted not to. Figured there's not a whole lot to grab. Speaking of backups, Alex, clearly Alex's deck is like, well, I want in on some of that here. have two backups. Kryle and Thornton. We do have an anima in hand, so we could use that to animate Echidna. We could then recur it with Une. I don't hate that line. You're ahead on damage. I like the idea of Alex putting on pressure. He hit pretty good damage last time. Julian just wondering, where is that 4-color Warrior of Light? He's been digging and digging for it, leaving his backups up so he could cast it. Looks like we are going to... Oh, we're going to break Lopprit. Okay. We're going to use Lopprit's effect. Draw 2. Garnet's good. Man in Black's pretty good. We'll go ahead and put that Cryo back on the bottom of the deck. Does Man in Black come out here? I guess it depends what summon you have to get back. You can get back a Cuchulainn. I mean, once you get him online, you're also just threatening your opponent. Hey, I'm going to wreck this game if you don't do something. Yep. Here he comes. Get back Cuchulainn. Julian thinking, well, this Cryo backup certainly isn't going to stop that. So by all means, sir, go ahead. Cloud can absolutely put on some pressure here. Une could too if you want, because I don't think there's a summon left in that break zone. Oh, and Echidna. I kind of like the idea of animating Echidna. It's going to get a draw when you attack, and then Une can just get the summon back anyway. Looks like Alex is also trying to draw deeper. So we're blanking somebody, drawing a card. Man in Black can trigger from that as well. Not that you have the bigger body, so I don't think you really care if he blocks. And yeah, Une is going in for the attack. The rare attacking Une, as seen in the wild. Here we have stumbled on the rare attacking Une, as it slams a Mist Dragon into our opponent's damage zone. Cloud will follow up, as Julian contemplates what he wants to do. You could block with this Zachary, as he's already accomplished his mission. I mean, unless you're okay with going to 5. I bet he wishes he knew what that card on top of his deck was. Like, is there a burst that's going to help me here? What if I hit the 4 wool into damage? Oh, that'll feel bad. Yep, we take the block with Zach. Do you want to animate Echidna? Well, he can't recruit with the Une now, so nope, looks like we pass. Did we get the 4 wool? We prevented a Ferris going to damage. Okay, so Ferris is good. Ferris can get us the 4-color wool. That is nice. We have Ferris, Tyro, and I think all the backups. I think Ferris is still our only action. The only issue is, without other fire CP, you can't use Ferris and then get the wall to do the wall. So maybe Ferris is going to have to go get Refia. Yep. So Ferris will ping the board. Ooh, Alex considering whether he wants to just respond with the anima. Those decks are starting to get awful thin. Decks are starting to get awful thin. So you can't cast the 4-color wall here. So it's probably better to go get Refia. I would assume this Refia is going to get anima bopped the moment it comes down. This is looking very, very good for Mr. Alex E. Here comes Tyro. Here comes Refia. We do leave ourselves with enough Warriors of Light. We can use the spin effect. And looks like we're going to do it right now. Say, I would like Mr. Man in Black to disappear, please. And we are going to respond with Anima. I wonder if he moved to combat or not to potentially get that on the stack. If he moved to combat, he'll still get a card draw off of it. But it looks like he didn't. Ooh, we got Arc. Can we cast that Arc to revive the Refia? Oh, I think we're 1 CP short. Oh, the arc is good. But yeah, we're just 1 short. Oh, and he just concedes. Wait, really? I I mean, I don't know if it was over though, was it? He was only on 4 damage. He had the Zidane could potentially block. Yeah, I mean, the arc could have potentially revived Ruffian next turn. I don't know. I don't know if he needed to concede there. I don't think it was quite over yet. Huh. Well, either way, congratulations to Alex. He will take this one 2-1. And unfortunately, Julian's dreams will end here in the top cut. Yeah, I'm not sure about time in the round. I know when it started, it was 15 minutes, so it could have been. Maybe it was in turns, which would make a lot more sense too. Then, is obviously there's no point in playing it out if you're out of time. So it very well could have been. Again, I couldn't see what the time clock was. So Alex is going to take this one. Let's see if we get any more updates. In the matchup, Ronald M versus Jason R. Ronald won the round. Ryan C versus Alex G. Ryan took the W. Milo M versus Nolan C. Milo won the round. Brian B versus Patrick P. Brian took the win. And then Matthew O versus Lyndon T. Lyndon won his round. So we will have our top 8. It sounds like, so who's left in the top 8? Sounds like it'll be Lyndon, Brian, Ronald, Ryan, Milo, David, Andrew, and then obviously Alex that we just saw. So I imagine it won't be too long of too long a time before we get to round top 8 quarterfinals here, since that one went pretty long. Yep, they're setting up for round 2, so I'm going to take a quick break, rest my voice, get some water. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back pretty soon. All right, folks, we are back. And this will be the top 8. I'll give you a quick little bracket rundown. Let's see. So we will have Brian Berkeley versus Lyndon Tai, Mike Powell versus Alex Early, who we just saw on stream, Milo Mascara versus Ryan Chen, and this is Ronald versus David on stream for you. I don't remember what David is on. I know Ronald was on that. We saw him on stream yesterday, the Warrior of Darkness Earth Lightning list.
That is the 3CP1 Sonata. You can be in, you just don't press the
That's what they call him in the product.
Okay.
That's why we're trolling you with the.
Top 8 has now begun. Thank you for joining us here on Tabletop Tavern in San Diego for the Final Fantasy TCG Materia Cup 2024. I am your host, Rudros. Thank you so much to Tabletop Tavern for hosting us today and allowing us to come in. Hey, we saw this before. Ron going in with the aggressive Cindy start. She's going to go in for a point of damage. Oh, man. I don't know if you wanted to hit that point of damage because that was not only a bonus burst, that was a get any card in your deck. So if David didn't like his hand, well, he's about to like it a whole lot more. Oof. Not how Ron wanted to start. And David probably not expecting that too. Oh, I get to go get any card I want in my deck on your turn. Well, shoot, what do you even pick? Sometimes Thornton gives you that like analysis paralysis because we can just get anything you want. Opts for Man in Black. Interesting. Be surprised if he wanted to play that card this early, so maybe it's just something he's looking to use to discard for Lightning CP? Or just maybe a card he really didn't want to see yet, and yeah, that's interesting. And we'll do the Reeve. We pitch a Kryl as well as an RNA. We're going to look at the top 3 cards of our deck, add 1 to our hand, and then put the rest on the bottom. David might have been checking that too. He's like, wait a minute, do I get to see those or you just look at those? Nope, he just gets to look at them. Does not have to reveal them. And now it is David's turn. So he got Man in Black, didn't get more back. I'm very curious to know what he's going to do with that Man in Black. Or maybe he just wanted to have it like in the tank, just make sure he had it in his hand. We do Iridia turn 1. Pitch a Tyro, pitch a Mist Dragon. Maybe the Man in Black is for a Cloud limit break. Now you've guaranteed got Lightning CP to go summon Cloud if you need to, since he's possibly anticipating a bunch of aggression. And a Mind Flayer, all right. So presumably our summoner is probably going to be maybe a Yuno or an Ico. No, maybe not, because we're getting Levi Tarasu, and we're just getting another copy of Iridia. Very interesting. Yeah, could have grabbed anything in his deck, and we'll pitch that. We do have an Ico. Are we going to go dump an Arc into the break zone? That does turn that makes more sense now with the Man in Black. As now we can just get ready to load it up. Which means Ron might be looking at a world of hurt if he can't put on enough pressure quickly. We not done? Yeah, David looks like he's like, oh, hold on, folks. I'm not done yet for my third cast.